My wife's father, the CEO, introduced me to his investors with a mocking tone. "This is Thomas. He works in a little office doing Excel work. He'll never be anyone important." Everyone laughed. Their laughter still echoes in my chest, in that polished dining hall. With chandeliers glittering above us and wine glasses clinking, I felt smaller than I ever had in my life. My wife, Rebecca, smiled politely, pretending she hadn't heard the jab, but she heard it. She always heard it, and she always chose silence. That was my role in their world. The small man at the table, tolerated but never respected. I worked, I paid bills, I kept quiet. In their eyes, I was a footnote in their empire, a name only mentioned to fill space. But what no one knew, what her father never imagined, was that his words pushed me straight into the arms of someone else. It started months before that humiliating dinner. Rebecca had grown distant. Her life was endless meetings, business trips, phone calls late into the night. The woman I once knew, the one who laughed at stupid jokes, the one who danced barefoot in the kitchen with me, had been swallowed by ambition. When I reached for her, she shrugged me off. When I tried to talk, she was too tired, too busy, too consumed by her father's empire. And then there was Elena. Elena was her father's assistant, the one who always slipped into the background meetings, the one who remembered everyone's coffee order, the one who kept everything running smoothly without ever taking credit. She noticed me. The first time she smiled at me, it wasn't pity. It wasn't polite. It was real, like she saw through the mocking introductions, through the laughter, through the label of Excel boy, and into the man I still hoped I was. One evening, after another dinner where I'd been the butt of her father's jokes, I stayed behind the office building. I told myself I was working, but really I was hiding. Elena found me there, hunched over my laptop, my jaw tight, my pride shattered. "Rough night?" she asked softly, setting a cup of coffee beside me. I didn't mean to open up, but the words spilled out. Every humiliation, every ache, every ounce of loneliness in my marriage. She listened, not with forced nods, not with empty phrases, but with genuine attention. Her eyes didn't look at me like I was small. That night, I kissed her. It should have stopped there. It didn't. Our stolen moments grew into nights. Our conversations turned into confessions, laughter into touches into something I hadn't felt in years. Being wanted. Elena gave me back the pieces of myself I thought were gone forever. She made me believe I was invisible. But secrets weigh heavy. At that investor dinner, when her father mocked me in front of everyone, I glanced across the table. Rebecca's hand was resting on her wine glass, her expression perfectly composed, pretending it didn't matter. Elena, standing discreetly behind her father's chair, locked eyes with me for the briefest moment. In that second, I realized I belonged to neither world fully, the cold, glittering one I had married into, nor the fragile, forbidden one I had built in the shadows. Later that night, Rebecca confronted me. Not about Elena. Not yet. About the dinner. "Why do you let him belittle you like that?" she asked, her voice sharper than usual. "Because you never defend me." I snapped back before I could stop myself. Her eyes widened, then hardened. "You're not strong enough to handle him. That's the truth. Maybe if you acted like more than a clerk, he wouldn't laugh." Her words stung worse than her father's. That night, I didn't sleep beside her. I left. I went to Elena. She opened the door without questions, just pulled me into her arms as though she'd been waiting for me all along. I broke down there, every wound spilling out. She kissed me like I wasn't broken, like I was worth something. In her bed, for the first time in years, I felt alive. But happiness built on betrayal never lasts. A week later, Rebecca found out. I don't know how. Whether it was suspicion or her father's watchful eye, or maybe Elena's slip of a glance at the wrong moment. But she confronted me with cold fury. "Do you love her?" she demanded. Silence was my answer. Silence that betrayed us both. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She simply walked away, her heels clicking against a marble floor, her back straight like steel. And I knew then I had destroyed everything. The fallout was swift. Her father called me a disgrace, made sure I knew I was nothing. Rebecca filed for separation within weeks. The Empire erased me like a smudge on glass. But Elena, she stayed. We don't have grand dinners or glittering investors or chandeliers. We have late-night walks by the river, cheap takeout eaten from the box, laughter in small apartments that smell like coffee and books. And sometimes when the silence is heavy, I wonder if I lost more than I gained. But then Elena touches my hand, looks at me the way she always has, like I am enough, and I realize something. Maybe I'll never be important in their world, but in hers, I am everything. And that's worth more than all the mocking laughter in the world.